So today let's talk about learning. Okay. Now we all agree that when you start asking more questions, taking more courses, reading books, listening to podcasts, messages, videos, uplifting messages, all this is that behavior presupposes that you want to learn something new. You want to grow, you want to change in one shape or form, right? And there are other things that you don't learn about it. You don't learn how to do it. For instance, the things that your automatic nervous system does, for instance, breathing. You don't think about breathing. You don't learn how to breathe. No one taught you how to breathe. You breathe because it's an automatic, it happens. You digest food. You don't put food in your mouth and you say, okay, now you will start digesting in 1 minute, in 1 hour. No, it happens, right? Now, from the time you were born up till the moment that you are now, you have learned a lot of things from your environment, from the society, from the family, from your friends, and all these things have shaped you for the way it helped to shape who you are, right? Now, how did we learn? How are you able to know what you know? We all go through different quadrants of learning. There was a point in life that you had no idea about a subject or an information or a book, or you had completely no idea about it, right? This part we call, this is the first quadrant of learning, we call it blissful ignorance, right? You're blissfully unaware of what is happening in your environment. For instance, let's say galatomy. You have no idea what that is. What's that, right? you it doesn't exist to you. It's not part of your morning, afternoon, evening routine. It's not part of what we call your cup of tea. You have no idea about it, and you're living your life. Nothing is wrong with that. You're happy. You're blissfully ignorant. You're happy. You're doing things. You're going to work and coming back, taking care of your family. And even if you pass by a supermarket that you've been going there every single day, and you have that thing there, you wouldn't see it because it's not part of your it's not it doesn't mean anything to you. It's non-existent to you, right? So at this point we say you don't know what you don't know. You're blissfully ignorant. At one point in time, we all have been in that position where for instance, when I had no idea what NLP was until I knew it. So I was blissfully ignorant. I don't know what I don't know, and I didn't know what I did not know until I heard about it. And when I heard about it, I was like, okay, what's this? Now, when you happen to come by that information or that subject or something, there are two things involved. It moves you to the next quadrant of learning. At this point, there are two things involved. It's either you completely drop it because it makes no sense to you and it's nothing to you and you go about your day, or you start asking more questions, getting more data, you digging more in. At this point, now we say, you don't know what you know. Because now you know, now I knew what NLP was. But I did not really know what it was because, of course, I heard about it and I was like, okay, that's interesting. And I started getting more data, asking more questions. In this point, you start discovering more. You start asking at this second level of, you start asking, okay, what does that mean? Okay, what can I do to know it more? You take more courses, you learn more about it, you listen to people that have done it, and then you start getting more data. This behavior gets you to the third quadrant of learning, which is, now I know what I know. Now I know what NLP is. I've studied about it. I'm now a master NLPer, right? Because you go through the process. At the beginning, I did not know what I did not know, and then I knew about it. And then I got more information, more data. I went to school, I studied, I got certificates, and now I'm a master NLPer. Now, in any subject, in anything you learn, for instance, driving, when you get to the point of I know what I know, it becomes an unconsciously competent activity. You do it without thinking, right? You get in your car and you want to drive from A to B, and all you think about is I want to go to B, right? From A. And now you get in your car, you start the car. Sometimes you don't even think about it. You just start the car and you find yourself almost getting to your destination. You're like, oh wow, that was fast. because you're so unconsciously competent that you do it without thinking. Take for instance, someone who's a sales agent. They know it by the book. They know everything about their product so much that they don't even have to think about it. They can sell you that product sleeping. They become unconsciously competent in that subject, right? There is another tiny bit of trap in this place, in this particular quadrant of learning, because what happens? Autonomy. You keep on doing continuously, continuously, continuously. And you know, when you do something so often, every day, every time, and you don't even think about it, you keep on doing. At this point, there is a tiny bit of trap where your learning can stop because you have no need to grow, no, because you know it so well. Have you found people who they know what they know, they don't want to know anything else? And learning stops at that point because they don't open their mind is not open to grow, to learn more new things. How better can I make myself? In what way can I make this better, right? Because learning keeps you growing, right? Now when you keep learning and you become so unconsciously competent and you start asking more questions, you find yourself you dig deep into that subject. You find yourself going, oh my God, I thought I knew it all. Actually, you get to the fourth quadrant of learning, which is what? Now, at this point, you now don't even know what you know because you've discovered so much in depth into the subject that you're like, wow, I thought I knew it all, but there is still more to what I can know. At that point, you you are in another level of learning because you start finding yourself getting more information, more aspects, or more things to add to what that you thought you knew about the subject or about whatever it is you're learning, right? And this is beautiful because it opens you up to more understanding. It opens you up to more information that you would have not even known if you did not take the step further to dig deep, to ask more questions, to get more data, right? Now, personally, I mean, where do you find yourself? Which quadrant of learning do you find yourself? This is so good, so important because it allows you to get rid of the rigid mindset and open yourself up to learning new things, because to be honest, every single day is a learn. It's You learn every day. We do learn every day. And when you learn, you grow. Where there is no learning, there is no growth. And personally, I love to be in the quadrant of I don't know what I don't know. Why? This allows me the ability to see things in a new perspective, to see things anew. In a conversation, I go like, I don't know what I don't know. In order to be able to understand that person's idea, that person's ideology, what are they thinking? What is it that they are thinking? In what makes them to speak in this way? What makes them to say this? In order to understand them, get what they are saying, and be able to add it to my own knowledge, in order to read more books, in order to be able to know more, to dig more, to get more data. Because if you find yourself in a position where you know what you know, right? When someone's trying to tell you something which is not in alignment with what you know, you kick against. Have you ever seen? It's very common with especially us coaches. We meet people, and when you know this coach thing, when you think you can fix everyone. No, you don't fix nobody. So you get to a point where you're talking with some people and you find their very rigid mindset. They what they know is what they know, and that's it. Their mind is not open to learning new things. Now, in this point, I step to the quadrant of I don't know what I don't know, so I can be able to learn new things, open my mind to new perspectives, open my mind to understanding. How is it that they think in that way? What is it that makes them think like that? This is so beautiful. When you get to understand it, you would be able to figure yourself out, ask yourself that question. Where am I in the quadrant of learning? Is it quadrant 1, 2, 3, or 4? And if you need more information about this, please do not hesitate. Go into my DM at any time, send me a message, and I will reply to you, and we can have a one-on-one chat about this. I love you all. Thank you for listening. Share, like, and comment.